This is Wizardshack. It's a podcast of sorts. So they say.
Hey, what's up, we're live. Yeah. Diddy done did it. Oh, yes, he did. That's the name of this episode.
Yeah, do you remember that Get Him to the Greek movie?
Oh, that's another thing. There's
I've been seeing that get kind of like memed out, and I feel like I saw that shit, and I really don't remember that well. But there is one sequence where Jonah Hill's having sex, and she says like, "You look like Dennis Quaid."
Yeah, no, I think it's
And then he's like, "You mean Randy?"
No, I think I heard how like you know how like they always kind of put things. Hold on a second.
Oh, you thought like the director was like hinting at stuff in the movie, subtle, like
Yeah,
not subconsciously, like subliminal.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, in the movie, I think he's Russell Brand's manager, and
Hold on a second.
he like does a bunch of weird drugs, and then gives them all a bunch of weird drugs, and they all like freak out.
So, what do I do with this? Look at it.
Oh, throw that out.
Throw it out? Are they all like that?
Probably just that one.
Holy sh! I can't cut around it.
No, throw that out.
Okay.
Throw that out.
Oh, God.
Look for another one. Yeah, I'm looking at. Hold on, my shit just fucked up. Oh man,
Yeah, the stream's not really going for me.
no, shit's fucking up. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. All right, there we go. All right, I'm back. Yeah, dude, you know how like they always try to show you a little bit of the truth. You know, like a lot of people say with 9/11 that they showed like for years and years like. Oh, like here's like you can look this up. Look up like 9/11 like pre-programming. Like you can see albums from the 70s that had like the two towers on it with like a crash. Like it's like been like predicted for a long time. The same thing. This Get Him the Greek thing feels like it was on purpose.
I saw something with Jesse Ventura saying that he saw a British feed of like a news report talking about the towers collapsing, and it went out before it even happened.
Oh yeah, no.
So
I
it's
mean,
like they had it ready to go, and they fucked it up on when to actually release the video.
I mean, I think the weirdest thing that no one talks about with 9/11 is Building 7. If you want to get into something weird, look at Building 7. Do you know about Building 7?
I thought there were only two of them.
That's exactly. Look into Building 7 and you'll be like, all right, this shit's fucking weird. Building 7's like more
Was
than
it a test building?
it's like not close to it. It's like a couple blocks away. It's also part of the World Trade Center, and that got like taken down, and there's nothing that hit it. It just demolished.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, I mean, like look, that's the one that like if you really don't think the 9/11 shit's weird, look into that, and it's like, all right, yeah, like there's definitely something there with that. You know, like that is undeniable. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff with Diddy. I'm trying to go back to like all right, let me start off with this. Let's start off with the first thing I saw, which was last Monday. I've been kind of following this like slowly. You know, like I'm not super up on this. I'll say, as I kind of know the details.
Well,
but,
we've been following his shit for like a few months.
Dude, I think we were talking about this with Cat Williams in the beginning of the year. You know,
No,
like,
I think
this
we had
is
before the Cat Williams thing.
I think that I don't know, but I feel like that's when we started talking about it. You might have been right. Actually,
I can go back and find it. I mean, usually when we talk about him, he's in the thumbnail.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like I reused this thumbnail because I liked it, but like, yeah, he's. I mean, all right. So what happens? He got arrested in New York City, and also,
is there
it's
video
weird.
of it?
Look, yeah, but it's weird though. Look at his. If you can find his mugshot, it doesn't look like him. That's another weird part.
Maybe it's sort of like the Jimmy Fox clone thing when he got sick. Remember that?
That's what a lot of people say because you look at his. I mean, here's the thing though. A lot of
Maybe the
people.
clone you like get a clone who takes the fall for you, and then your real version is not getting all run through the ringer and shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, here's the thing though. A mugshot could look different because. All right. I mean, this is just the way cameras work. If you have a certain lens, you will like that's why like they'll be like, oh, his facial features don't match up, like with Biden or whatever. Like if you have a certain lens, it'll make your face look different. It'll actually like what is it? It'll like focus in more on your nose. Like it can make your head shape look different. So I don't buy that too much, but a lot of people are saying that. But it is an alleged theory, and who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's 100% like. I mean, we've now know from this Diddy situation that he had hundreds of blackmail sex tapes, like and it's like, why would he have those? Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to think into like, was he trying to sell those? I don't think so. Did he need to sell sex tapes? He's fucking rich, so those were like 100% obviously blackmail, and then that means like,
so
you know what I mean? Like it's like that's confirmed.
Statements I heard were from Andre 3000 and Jamie Foxx saying that they walked into like other affluent black male celebrities getting like fucked in the ass, and they were on like, so he's concocted this like cocktail of drugs where it's like a mix of
GHB.
It's a mix of that horse tranquilizer, fucking.
I mean, there's so much to cover here. It's just like one of these things that.
What's
like,
that horse tranquilizer that?
Ketamine.
Yeah, it's a mix of ketamine and then ecstasy.
Coke.
Yeah, coke. Because so like he wants to like have a mix of uppers and downers where the ketamine subdues you and kind of puts you in this like zombified state, but then that would and coke can like make your dick not function. So then he mixes in like
I get
Viagra type stuff.
I get what he's saying. Oh, so, that's actually kind of
people can still stay really hard through the orgies and stuff that he's planned out. And then there's
I don't know if it's
another
like
drug involved where it
I think it's coke.
Sort of like ADHD or something medicine, or like Ritalin, where
you're keeping them up.
It like keeps you up for like 6 to 8 hours or something like that, because the parties start out normal, and then at a certain point when all the drugs start to take effect, and he's like not giving them like a choice. They're like mixed into like
I heard it was
water and all kinds of stuff.
It's laced into the what did he have? Was he Cristal? Was that his brand, Cristal? That he was like,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was like certain bottles were like meant for the men and certain bottles were meant for the women. That's all the rumor.
Before like any of this happened, I was watching this Salvador Dali documentary, and he kind of did the same thing with acid, where he would have these parties, which were just like set up orgies, and a lot of them were like celebrities that were much younger than him, and him and his wife would sit on these like really weird thrones made out of like they're almost like art installations.
Well, also
and they
people
have these
super
like
into the occult,
crazy headdresses and outfits, and they would just watch all these people on like acid and different drugs have orgies, because he was kind of like a big cuck.
Well, yeah, and also like I think part of it is like ritual magic too, sex magic,
That's
part of it.
I mean, so many people back then were into like Crowley stuff, like Led Zeppelin.
Dude, I mean, Blavatsky, Crowley,
Rolling Stones. Like he's mixed in and referenced in all kinds of stuff. I'm sure like Hendrix and Bowie and all them.
I mean he
into that shit too.
I'm actually reading. I'm actually reading a Crowley book, so I'm I'm all in on Crowley right now. Yeah, the Boleskine house.
He lived at that was connected to like a graveyard or something, and then a bunch of people died in the house in like really weird accidents, like maids and stuff fell down and like died in weird ways.
Let me tell you. Yeah, like Aleister Crowley bought the Boleskine house, which is like in Scotland. There's old areas of Scotland. Well, they're actually Boleskine house, and it was in it's right on the like Loch Ness, and that's where he did all his rituals.
Is that
And he-
connected to druids at all?
I think somewhat. I mean, a lot of occult.
Like, isn't Stonehenge
Somewhat.
sort of a similar thing?
I mean, a lot of occult rituals or activities are sort of connected to old pagan beliefs, so a lot of that can come from the
Pagan-
Druids.
But isn't pagan just like what is pagan in opposition of? Isn't it like
Pagan's just a generalized term for like people that don't believe in like monotheism, you know.
so
could
it's
say Hin- you
almost
could say
like
Hinduism.
alternative religion to?
I mean, you could say Hindus are pagan because they believe in many gods, you know, like so it's stuff like that. But you
but
know,
it's
I
not-
mean,
it's like different than agnostic.
definitely certain people. Oh yeah, definitely certain rock stars and stuff like really like Crowley because he really does represent like sex and drugs and not rock and roll because there wasn't that then, but like you know what I mean. Like that's why I think they like him.
And then there was that
Interesting
other
fucking
guy,
nerd.
Anton LaVey, who was like the '80s version.
Anton LaVey is the founder of the Church of Satan.
Yeah, but I thought he was just kind of like a
70s.
iteration of the same type of stuff.
Yeah, a little bit. No, I mean all of it.
It's kind
I
of
mean,
like a little bit more like corny.
all of it like picks the corny one is Wicca. The Wicca like you know like takes from like everything. Like it's not.
I thought Wicca was just like witch stuff.
Yeah, it is, but it's all like kind of picking and choosing from some like Kabbalah stuff, some Buddhist stuff. It's like picking and choosing certain little things. Some old apparent like passed down, you know, like maybe Irish or English Celtic kind of magic and shit like that. But no, that's the whole thing. But here we go. Let's Ashton Kutcher. But I do think some of the cult stuff is involved. That's why this all kind of comes into play. But here's Ashton Kutcher talking about it. He refused to talk about it. I guess this is an old interview. Like
Well,
everything.
he's got dirt on him. He was
Oh,
fucking that '70s show girl when she was like 16.
he was fucking the 70s girl when he was 16. Friends with Danny
Mila
Masterson.
Kunis.
His wife, he had a girlfriend that got killed like mysteriously. He is like
And
There's
also on
something
that
here. There's
70s show,
something here.
you got that Indian guy who was a pedo, and then also the guy, the Scientology guy who got locked up from being like a date rape guy. That 70s show, I always fucking hated that show.
hated it.
I fucking hated that show.
and even like Topher Grace said like he's like he's like I think he even said he's like I never hung out with these people. Like he didn't hang out with any of these people because he knew they were like bad.
Topher Grace sucks too.
I know, but at least he knew like all right, these people aren't good.
The only
I
good
mean,
person on that show was the father.
Oh, really?
RoboCop.
yeah, he is good. And yeah, the mom was good.
He's such a good villain in that movie.
I was never a fan. I mean, I think honestly most sitcoms.
You don't like RoboCop?
No. I'm just talking about the 70s show.
No, me either. I had a roommate in my first year of college who used to play that shit nonstop. Like
I think the only
I did not get it.
The only sitcom I like, I think, is Arrested Development. That's about it.
I mean, like what constitutes a sitcom? Is like
I mean,
certain-
I guess Seinfeld counts, so I'd have to add Seinfeld. Like Seinfeld, Arrested
I don't
Development.
really mind that one with Sofia Vergara and the Married with Children guy. And I like Married with Children.
Never seen it
too.
really. I've never seen that show. I know the
It's
one you're talking
okay.
about. Never saw it.
It's got that like interview thing, sort of like The Office.
Oh, King of Queens is okay too. Okay.
I like Married with Children, but it was a little kind
All
of
right, Married with Children too. I agree with that. I like the
Christina
Greg
Applegate
Bunny.
was, like,
Remember
so
Greg
bad.
the Bunny? The Greg the Bunny one, whatever that one was. Fucking that was fucking weird. All right,
That guy from Entourage.
let's see this. Ashton Kutcher. This is resurfaced. It's all the like so much stuff is resurfaced of like weird Diddy clips that it's like, oh god,
What do
Oh, yeah.
cigars do to you? Is it like
Nothing, they're
smoking a
terrible.
cigarette?
yeah, but it's like intense. It's well, I guess you're just taking in a lot of tobacco at once. It's
So
terrible.
you get
Wow,
like
okay, I've got-
something high from it?
No, you just get the cigarette high, which is like a little relaxation. Honestly, I think it's just
So
When
it's
you-
like
when
it's like a cigarette, but it's supposed to be all classy and sophisticated.
no. I mean, I think when you're drinking or when you're doing drugs like Diddy, like smoking kind of feels good. I think it's part of that. Here, let's see.
Got a lot I can't tell.
Yeah, some hot ones.
I can't can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
Get that pedo stash.
Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane.
That doesn't sound good. That's all I'm gonna say. All
Well,
right,
you
Diddy.
know, when you're like all fucked up on hot sauce, things come out.
Here's Diddy getting arrested. Let's see. Wow, look how gingerly they arrest a celebrity. It's like they don't handcuff you. They just like whatever.
Yeah, it's like, well, what do you expect them to like throw them on the floor and put them in cuffs?
That's what they would do to fucking us. If we got arrested, they would do that to us. Like, think about that.
That's if
Also-
you're resisting.
No, they would do that to like any fucking person. Look at what they did to Tyreek Hill. Fucking threw him on the
Dude,
ground.
he was being an asshole.
He was being an asshole. You're not wrong on that. He was.
Like you can't tell
He
them
was.
to not
Yeah.
laying on your window. Like they're going to do that. How else are they going to talk to you when the window's closed?
That's true. That's true.
I guess you can try and yell through it, but that's just kind of embarrassing and demeaning.
I mean, a lot. All right, I'm gonna show you this. The Diddy mugshot is a little.
Yeah,
Well,
what the hell
suspect.
happened to Matthew Perry? He was on like a weird cocktail of shit too.
So Matthew Perry was taking ketamine. Apparently ketamine is now used as like a anxiety depression treatment, but he started taking it recreationally, and that's basically why he died. He was taking.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
No, I remember like around New Year's hearing a lot about the usage of it and all that kind of stuff, but I thought it was almost like similar to like the fentanyl shit where you could easily, or not easily, but like accidentally get fentanyl mixed
You
in
can
with that
actually-
kind of shit instead.
I mean, that's why I feel like taking drugs these days is really fucking. You're rolling the dice. Like there's been
Well,
like
I don't know,
what?
like even when
you're rolling the dice.
like Molly and E got popular, it's like you
That
never
was
knew
different.
what the fuck you were getting.
The only
There's
thing
no
is, that
like,
at least there wasn't fentanyl around then. You know what I mean? Now it's like I wouldn't trust that.
oh,
now.
that's something new.
Yeah, it's pretty new. Like back
I think
then.
it's been around. It just wasn't as popular.
Well, back when we were fucking in high school, we had e-pills, which were
No,
phenomenal.
ketamine was around then. It's
Well,
just-
no, ketamine kind of faded out. Ketamine has a comeback right now, but like look at this mugshot with Diddy on the right. What do you think? Does that even look like him?
his hairline's a little different.
Don't you think his face looks like really weird?
Yeah, his eyes are like sunken in, and his nose is
Different.
Maybe he just had plastic surgery though.
I mean, the only thing I will say is it could be a lens thing. It could be a lens
Wait,
thing.
what is the age to age of each photo?
Oh no, I think that was taken from last year. The one on the left.
Okay, so I mean, a lot of stuff could have happened in a year.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna give the
What
benefit
happened
of-
with Bieber? He fucked Bieber.
Oh, dude, that's where we're gonna get into that. There's a lot of I have all these tweets that I liked. There's a lot of
It's
Bieber.
funny. I heard Usher was fucking him, not Diddy.
No. Diddy was fucking him. Definitely.
I think Usher was too.
I mean, there's like it just so there's a clip where I have here where like Diddy is like it's not that old. Diddy like sees Bieber and he like touches him on the chest to make sure he doesn't have a wire because he knows like that's why I kind of feel bad for Bieber.
It's kind of funny. I don't know if you remember that group TLC, but Chili
Of course.
was grooming Usher for like several years before he was legal to fuck, and then they were together, and I think they might have been married or something. But Chili, who was like the least vocal one, she did like backup stuff and barely really ever had a solo part.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think there's a lot of sacrificial deaths in hip hop on purpose. And is it a cult?
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean,
like Aaliyah,
after Notorious B.I.G. died.
Left
he
Eye.
made that
Look at it.
shitty ass song with Sting.
Kanye's wife, or not Kanye's
Mother.
mom dies.
Yeah,
It's just like you can go through the list. I think Jay-Z has someone that's. I mean, that's another person, by the way. That's like You know he's gonna be on this shit soon.
He's gotta be.
He's
I
gonna
mean,
the
the
next-
guy is like one of the first black billionaires in music, so
Well-
clearly there's some shit going on. And Beyonce too.
Well, Diddy said the only person that can call me Sean Combs, or Diddy said there's only two people that can call me Sean Combs anymore. He said it's my mom, and it's Jay-Z. So you know that means like Jay-Z is involved in this shit. You know, like that's gonna come out.
Don't you remember the Rockefeller symbol being like the eye of Osiris or whatever?
Yeah. And then this is the newer stuff. Oh, of course, dude. They're I think they're Black Freemasons. There is a Black Freemason group. I think.
Yeah, there's a really funny video. You should look it up where it's like Puff Daddy and Jay-Z talking about being rich and all this, and Leonard Fournette, who was the running back for the Buccaneers and the Jaguars, is in the sort of like back in the video, and all of his facial expressions are like so ridiculous and cartoony because they're talking about like being billionaires and stuff, and he's like, he's like,
funny.
fuck man, I made like 30 million before they fucking cut me.
Yeah, he was good.
He was all right. I mean, he was
some
one of
good
those
years.
guys who
He had a lot of touchdowns.
seemed to always underperform, and he was somewhat of a receiver, but definitely a really good option on the goal line. So that's what you want, like sort of like Bijan, but less athletic, where they can be a PPR back, but they have that foundation of red zone usage. That's the best combination.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
I'm laughing at this. All right, so when the cops raided Diddy's place, they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubrication. I do not know the percentage of that makeup. Was it like 50-50 baby oil lubricant? Was it like 80-20?
A giant like wine cellar, or it's just like a big pile in a room?
Well, this is funny because the lawyer came out and said, "Oh no. Diddy would buy baby oil in bulk from Costco." That's what he actually came out and said. And then Costco today came out and said, no. We don't sell baby oil in bulk. Like they basically said, like, no, that's not true.
Well, I wonder, maybe there's some Diddy Costco connection.
Oh, maybe there's
And
maybe
they're trying to cover up
Costco's
for him.
maybe Costco's trying to throw him on the bus because they're like, oh, they know something. I kind of doubt it, but all right, I'm gonna go through some tweets because I have a fucking ton. I like favored a ton of tweets about this situation. It's creepy. This is creepy. A lot of them are Bieber related, so I will say that. But I did find it all creepy. Here you go. This is the first one. I'm honestly gonna go through like.
Well, there's also like weird stuff with him and like Ellen DeGeneres and
yeah, she's involved.
Like when he was
Everyone knows
underage, all these celebrities talking about how cute they thought he was and how sexy he was, and he was like 15.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird because I don't think he's like. Is he that sexy? I don't know. He looks like a little kid. I don't get it. You know, like, come on.
Well,
like
when you're
Jenny
a middle-aged lesbian,
like Jenny McCarthy, like grabbing his ass or something on stage, like even that is weird.
yeah.
I think he honestly, I feel like he was just like the pass around. He was like the ritual sacrifice to pass around, which is fucking weird.
He's the Oreo boy.
Here's P. Diddy, who was Usher's legal guardian, and Justin Bieber just turned 15, and he spent 40 hours with Diddy. The location was undisclosed.
Wait, Puff Daddy was Usher's legal guardian?
Yeah, he was at 16. He was legal
Wow,
guardian.
so Puff Daddy did
Legal
Usher,
guardian.
and then Usher did Bieber.
That's gonna come into
The
play
whole,
because
like lineage.
I'll come into that. But Usher the other day deleted every single tweet on his Twitter.
Could you be like a little less obvious?
He
Fuck.
claimed it was a hack on his Twitter, but we'll get there. We'll get there after this. We'll get there.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come in LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come in LA, it's a little dusty, but you know. Go get the front shot in.
Minute. Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna be driving this.
Next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down and you gotta, wear your seatbelt.
I mean, I'm 15. You can ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right,
No.
16.
No,
16.
Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours.
What the
When you-
fuck?
When you get 16, you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Fuck?
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, this is like what you do to your trophy girlfriend. You know,
Disney
like
World.
that's what this is. This is his trophy girlfriend. It's undeniable. Like that's just fucking
Yeah, it's
disgusting.
like a anniversary present.
It's basically like, hey, I'm like, or it's like a grooming thing where it's like you give them a bunch of shit to like get something. You know, like that's the thing. Is like, think about that. You expect something, and all right, here we go. I'm gonna go back to this. This is different, but like this is recent. Where Diddy, I think this is only a few years ago, where Diddy saw Bieber, because I think Diddy knew this was like coming. This is when he saw Bieber, and he watch him check. He's checking Bieber for a wire. You've seen Sopranos. You'll know him. You'll know exactly what he's trying to do. Watch him. Watch where he goes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you know what he's trying to do.
Wait, what's the audio?
I forget what it is. It's just I think they're like
Is he
meeting.
like trying to
It's just weird. It's just fucking weird. It honestly, this whole scenario is like scary. Like you really realize that this kid is getting like fucked.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't turn to like Corey Haim or Feldman, where he's like a dead drug addict.
All right, let me get to this. This is Candace Owens.
You know, those two got fucked to shreds.
Candace Owens, a very questionable person.
Who?
Not my favorite person.
Videos that are
Super right wing, but I think we gotta
Oh,
play her.
we're right wing boomers, so that's right up our alley.
We gotta play this video because I think she actually kind of broke this down pretty well when I was
Is it
watching.
Odell?
Yeah, he comes into play. Trey Songz, Odell comes into play. There you go.
some videos that are surfacing of Justin Bieber at a Diddy party, and they are horrific. I'm talking truly and utterly horrific. Justin is at Diddy's parties, and in this one video,
Underage.
it looks like whatever Justin is doing, I'm not going to show it out of just respect for the fact that I truly believe that Justin Bieber is a victim. Whatever he is doing in this video with Trey Songz and Odell Beckham Jr. looks highly suspicious. I can show you a still from that video because I think the relevant part is Justin Bieber is not sober. He is clearly very heavily under the influence.
And that's
at
an
this
interesting
party.
He's
thing.
on that
So what I
cocktail we
wanna
talked
say
about.
to
On
Justin
that
Bieber
cocktail.
and to everybody that's following the situation is that Justin Bieber is a victim. I was horrified when I saw this, not because of the idea that Justin Bieber would be engaged in these sorts of things at these parties, but because I understood that this was a kid who was intentionally targeted by Diddy, as the videos show, told that he wants to party with him. Justin Bieber didn't do that to himself. Like I said, Justin Bieber was, in my view, a child victim. And as these videos are circulating on the internet, I want to make sure people remember that and give him the grace as someone who has somehow survived this, turned to family, turned to faith, and is still very much struggling
He's
with
got to
all
get
of
religion
this.
into it.
For people to give him the grace and the courage and the prayers to hopefully one day find within himself the strength to speak out about what happened.
Oh no! I think all these people that go to the Diddy parties sign NDAs. I'm gonna say Diddy's not that stupid. They're signing NDAs.
So when-
you know that. Come on.
When I worked at this mattress place, like the owner, came up with like memory foam and all this shit. He had an outing at his house. And
Right.
they were like quads and stuff like that. you had to sign an agreement that if you got injured
Right.
while whiting anything or
You're not
participating
gonna
in
sue me.
anything, that you would not sue him.
Right. And Diddy did that probably for everyone who fucking came to these parties that he had. I'm sure
Yeah,
he
and
did.
the funny thing about it is
He's not
like
an
they're
idiot.
all clamoring to get in there. They don't give a shit.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. Like everyone's like, "Oh, I want to go to a Diddy party," like, and that's the thing is like there is an overreaction right now. It's like the Epstein thing. It's like just because you took a picture with Diddy, just because you took a picture with Epstein, does not mean that these people are like, you know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
know
Like
the thing with
a lot of
Epstein
people go
was,
too far.
All the travel logs from the airplanes.
Yeah, and even so, like, all right, whatever. You fucking rode. Even if they took a plane with Epstein, does that mean you're like a pedophile? Not exactly.
No, but guilty by association is more than enough.
But that you gotta like understand that's not a good thing because you can't like
But didn't you see the mayor of New York or whatever is just getting he got indicted or some shit for taking trips to like all these random places that really have like nothing to do with shit going on in New York. Like I don't know.
Eric Adams is connected to Diddy. That comes up. That will come up.
Do you remember that shit a couple months ago where they spent like $5 to $10 million in research just to find out that it's good to put trash in actual garbage bags and not leave it out on the street?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean,
they needed to invest
money
that
laundering,
level
man.
of money to study that shit. It's just like embarrassing.
It's money laundering.
Like,
that's all it is.
They're so fucking lucky. It's not like some kind of French Revolution where they can just drag people out on the street and behead them because
there is so much money laundering going on in this country.
Hit in the face of all these stupid assholes who have to pay inflated taxes for shit like that, and they just. I mean, I can't imagine how many of them think like, "Oh yeah, finally we realize like garbage should go in a garbage can."
No, dude.
And it's got wheels on it.
It's money laundering. That's what our country is. We have a lot of that. I mean, that's what Hollywood is. Like, I mean, we talk about a lot of budgets.
No, I know. Like some of
do you really think
movies we covered?
Do you really think these movies
where it's going because
right
the computer graphics look shit.
Like, do you really think these movies cost $300 million?
And
I don't.
Terrible. So, other than like a couple big names who you need to pay, what is really happening? Like that She-Hulk thing.
Yeah, right. I don't think they're getting paid that.
Into that She-Hulk show, and then I saw like these memed out clips of how bad the animation was. It's like,
yeah,
where's it going?
No, I think Hollywood, the music industry, and I think like art sales, art trading sales are all money laundering.
Well, I've heard a lot of terrible shit about
it's all
streaming
bullshit
services that like Spotify and all this stuff where everyone is like so desperate to try and get any exposure on it, but when you look at the payout structure, it's really manipulative and abusive to everyone who's not backed by like a label or some kind of force that can promote it to a way where you click on like a bunch of things and then you find it, like the algorithms. Because I don't know if you use that shit. Like,
yeah,
if you're not paying and you go through like all the algorithms, eventually it just like reduces down to maybe 10 to 20 things that get recirculated over and over and over again, and it never expands beyond that. That's Definitely. It. Like if you're
and I see it with social media too.
Algorithm, it's limited at a certain point, and it doesn't go much deeper unless you just like keep circulating and blocking things and unfollowing things and like restructuring it all.
No,
and people don't want to do that.
I think we've been alive long enough to know that like things are fixed. Like Hawk Tua, that fucking girl is now like the third biggest podcast in the world. Like what the fuck? That girl? The one who's just on the street talking about like what?
Well, I guess you could say
it's
like
all
maybe
pushed on
happen for a reason, like
yes, definitely
anybody on the street, but this person is probably connected to other things.
No, I think memes are actually like I think memes are definitely like connected to the whole
no, they're very powerful.
I think they're very powerful. Look what
and
happened
the
with Trump,
best
man.
thing about them
Trump proved that back in
they're
2016.
Like it's sort of similar in a way to conspiracy theories, where like people just kind of think they're stupid and don't take them seriously, but there's so much underneath it all and subliminal messaging and influencing that the fact that they're not taken seriously makes them so much more effective and important.
Yeah, I mean, don't you think it's weird that we all see the same shit? Like we all saw the Hawk to a girl at that same time. Do you know what I mean? Like or nothing or something else. You know, it's like there's always some kind of meme that circulates to everyone at the same time. Like there's something to that. That feels on purpose. You know what I mean? Like you'll send me a video, you'll send me like a tweet or something, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I saw that. And it's like, why the fuck did I see that? You know what I mean? Like we're all getting the same fucking. No, I think it's just because the internet's like, it's is not as open as it used to be. It's like very like it's selectively showing us all the same shit.
It used to be the Wild West.
Yeah, it's not that. It's showing us the same shit on purpose.
Or like everything was bought out and controlled. There was so much more diversity and
it was different. I
going
missed the
on
internet
from all over the place because they didn't know how to harness it and take advantage of it at that point.
Right.
Now it's a weird facade because in a way they want you to still feel like that, but underneath it, it's totally like just a setup. But still, in a way, like part of your brain is like, oh, this is new. Oh, this is new. Oh, this is new. But it's not new. It's calculated.
Oh yeah.
It's there probably weeks to months to years in advance. Before it gets to you, it's been like run through and approved by several different people before it even gets to you.
All right, let me get this other clip. This is an uncomfortable clip because this is definitely this is a clip of Bieber who you can tell is like uncomfortable around Diddy. This is interesting. It shows you something.
Do you think Diddy did him?
You think Diddy what?
I said, do you think Diddy did him? That's what I kind of wonder about. Is like, does he want to actually partake in it, or it's more about just having others do his dirty work for him, and then he's got
blackmail
usage. Yeah, he's got.
I don't know
stuff to use.
I mean, from what we've heard of things, Diddy likes to have freak offs where he likes to see. But then they were kind of straight. He likes to see somebody fuck a girl, but I don't know. I mean, I heard about. All right, all right. I'll expand on this. There are rappers who are talked about that like, and I've heard other celebrities talk about this where they like, you know, they get girls. They have hundreds of girls at their feet. You know, they start to get into weird shit. You know what I mean? Like they start to get into weird shit because it's like,
yeah, they get bored.
It's not new. I have all these girls, so it's like maybe he does get into like fucking some little 15-year-old. I don't know. It's weird, but like
that's why all the pedophilia stuff happens because they're like tired of having sex with their audience, which is like 16 to 21, and they want to go younger and get like the more.
But then like maybe they want to go weirder. You know, I want to go weirder. I want to have something weirder.
I don't know about this, but there was a magazine about groupies in the 50s and 60s where it would be like a version of Playboy. They would find like the hottest 14 to 16, 17-year-olds and put them all in like spreads.
Oh yeah, there is hustlers.
All of like the people in music would get this magazine and search out and try and find all these people.
Oh yeah.
And one of them was with Jimmy Page, and she said that he invited her to a hotel room, and for the next 3 days she was locked inside of it, almost like under police arrest.
Yeah.
And he would come in and periodically fuck her and then leave, and then she would stay in the room, and then he'd come back and fuck her and then leave, and almost like a prisoner. But
Yeah, like prisoner
it
sex.
was high end though. Like she could
Right.
order room service and do whatever she wanted. She just could not leave the hotel at all.
No, I think there's something to it. I think there's definitely something to it.
It's just crazy how far back it goes.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the funny thing is I think, now we're seeing like Diddy and like modern people, but like I feel like if you go back to the 70s, like Led Zeppelin, I don't know, Ozzy Osbourne, we would Jimi Hendrix. Like I feel like Cream. I feel like you'd find tons of shit. I mean Aerosmith. Remember, I think there's like a bunch of women that have come out that said like, I think like Steven Tyler fucked them when they were like 14. I think
Yeah.
It's like I think it's like at that time at least they got away with it. At this time you can't get away with it.
Well, because it was publicized, but not to the level we get with the internet. Like, there's no way you can compare a couple random like articles or news.
Or Elvis, dude, Elvis.
The internet.
Look at Elvis. Apparently he liked all these like really young, like 13, 14-year-old girls. Like, look at this. Like, I mean, you can't get away with it now.
Back then,
that's not that old.
Different age limit for all that in
there wasn't
than there were for Northern. Like the guy who played piano, Jeffrey Lee Lewis. No, Jerry Lee Lewis. Don't you remember that movie that was with him? It was Dennis Quaid and Winona Ryder, Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Of course.
That whole movie is about him having sex with like his underage cousin, and how it destroyed his career. It broke up his entire family, and he didn't play guitar or anything like that, but he was sort of like a Little Richard ripoff, I think.
Wait, Jerry Lee Lewis, the fucking comedian?
No,
I'm thinking of Jerry Lewis. I'm off.
Piano player.
I got you.
Not Jerry Lewis.
Yeah. I got you. I know you're talking about.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, I know the music. I know the music you're exactly talking about. But here we go. Let me play this clip.
Never heard that song, Great Balls of Fire?
Of course, Great Balls of Fire. I know, of course. Here's a clip of Bieber being very uncomfortable in front of Diddy. You can tell here. It's obvious.
Everything's good. Selling out arenas and everything. Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
He's like, why are you hanging out with us?
I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah. Everything's good. Selling out arenas and everything. Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you can tell he's very scared of this guy. That's the best way to put it. That's sad. You can tell he's very scared of this motherfucker. I wouldn't blame him.
It's weird. Bieber's haircut there is sort of like a lesbian haircut, like that whole Octomom kind of weird comb over. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, a little bit. I see it.
Like the Ellen DeGeneres lesbo cut.
Yeah. Here's another clip here. Another little photo I saw that I liked. And the baby oil in his hand. Look at the baby oil. The baby oil in his hand is even a nice little touch.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. I didn't even notice that because the background's white.
Yes, that one was good. I like that one.
They need to actually change the bottle, because on the left of it you can't even see the bottom. It's too blended in to the background.
But the word is
hard to pick up on.
The word is with Diddy this is the weird word is that, and I mean that's the question. I mean we saw Epstein do this, so the word is Diddy is not eating food in jail because
he's on suicide one.
No.
That just like sympathy baiting.
No, he thinks he's gonna get poisoned. He thinks he's gonna get poisoned.
Oh, because he's got the dirt and they want him dead.
He's got dirt. I mean, I don't think he will be because I think Epstein. Here's the thing: Epstein had dirt on like billionaires and politicians.
Yeah, do you have
Diddy's got
any
turned into celebrities.
documentaries
They're not that
about-
low. They're not that high
Yeah.
level.
Do you have any documentaries or videos about Epstein getting killed in jail? Because I really would like to know more about it. Do you have anything on that?
I don't. That honestly, that would really be like
I'm
that would be a
surprised we
great
never
documentary.
came across it, or like,
Or like
Just-
someone like at least interviewing, like go interview the guards that worked at his
isn't like a
prison.
weird connection between him and the
Oh,
Clintons?
I agree with what you're saying exactly. I would love to see like what did the prison guards say? What did the prisoners in the same lot say? Like,
Yeah, I mean, how
was it weird?
convenient is that timing? I mean,
Like,
that's ridiculous.
like he
How are
interacted
you
with
on
people.
suicide watch, but then when they actually die, there's a lapse in coverage? I mean, that's so. But to me, it's like
Like he
It's so
interacted with at
pathetic
least
that,
multiple
like-
people. Like he interacted with
Like, how
multiple
many
people. They
people
have to
can-
have an
can see
account
that?
for this.
and it doesn't really like register. Like nobody cares. It just doesn't matter enough.
No, apathy is our. I think we're apathetic on purpose in our country. I think COVID made us all apathetic on purpose. No one gives a shit about it. No one cares that there's probably aliens. Like, like no one gives a shit about shit. Just whatever. Like COVID made everyone apathetic on purpose. I kind of think that was a little bit of a goal. Apathy is our society. I mean, look at. I mean, I don't like. Look at the Trump thing. No one even talks about that. Trump almost got assassinated. Like JFK, that's like still talked about. You know, like what if that bullet hit Trump? I feel like no one would talk about it two weeks later. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking crazy. You know, like I feel like we live in apathy in this day and age. I mean, I do think the Trump thing's weird. I think it was probably set up. I don't know. Look who benefited from that assassination. That's all I'd say. Who benefited from it? I think it's obvious. And then I actually have been reading about a lot of people are saying that this whole Diddy thing is a distraction, and they're probably not wrong. But what's the biggest thing that to distract from right now?
The election?
I'd say probably Israel, but
Oh,
yeah, because no one talks about that. No one talks about that anymore.
well,
Even that. Look at that. No one talks
that's
about
another
that.
thing. Maybe, and forget the dating thing. What you just said and the election together is a big kind of manipulative point to like just make people choose sides and go against each other and fight with each other so they don't think about all the manipulative fucking lobbying and money.
We live in,
like you said, like all this money like changing hands.
Yep.
And no one's looking or thinking about any of that shit. They're just, you didn't vote for that? Oh, I'm voting for this.
Oh yeah, like your vote matters.
It's so fucking stupid.
I mean, I would love if our vote actually matters. You can look it up. You could look it up. Our vote does not matter. It's all team.
I think
it's like football, man.
Don't you remember that graph you showed where they had planned out the next like 5 to 10 years of Marvel movies?
Yeah,
that's what
we
instead of
live in.
like Marvel movies, just pick like political people and put them in each film. Like that's how it works. Like all this shit is already done for and set to go. And every mouth breather who thinks they like have a vote and an opinion is like they're asshole. They're just pumping out bullshit.
No, it's funny because you
Like,
watch a Trump rally or you watch a
crazy.
Kamala
Like,
rally.
I talked about how I thought voting didn't matter, and like the reactions you get is like,
I know.
You're not even American.
Because people get offended.
It's like,
they get offended that they get offended because they think their vote matters, and I understand their perspective.
it's not even their vote. It's like everyone
It's just-
thinks their like point of
It's sad.
view or opinion is something that needs to be.
It's
like,
it's an
taken
ego
into
thing.
account.
That's an ego
You know how
thing.
many like brain dead morons that exist that should not have any like influence on anything going on? Like
Right.
it's millions, fucking billions, trillions. Like there's so many people that should not even exist that would just benefit everyone else involved who doesn't have like half of a fucking brain cell left.
Oh, exactly.
But you can be the biggest retard in the world. You can still procreate. So
of course, most of them do. Most of the biggest retards
know,
are
it's like people act like it's like some magical occurrence when then there's like some retarded family of fucking 20.
Yeah.
I feel like that stems from when early settlers came into owning land and their only workforce was all their children. So you needed to have like 5 to 10 kids, and 5 of them would live. And then there you go. That's everyone working on the land, helping you make shit exist. You know, we're so far beyond that now. It's just like gross fat, it's like cartilage on meat. You know, it just needs to be like cut off and thrown in the garbage.
Cold. All right, here's Diddy on, I think it's Kimmel. It just shows you how weird the situation is. Like when you look back at all these clips, they look so bad. These clips. Here you go.
Hey, speaking of
this
love,
is love.
I saw a guy on
He's
the
fucked
internet
up.
the other day.
By the way, I'm not. He's fucked up. I can tell in his eyes.
Said he used to be your security guard, who said that when you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome, and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Well, this show has gotten crazier since the last time I was. No,
it's all about love, though. That's not true.
You really heard that?
Well, yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Jimmy, I thought we was friends. Where did this?
Hey, speaking of
Weird.
This is love.
I saw.
Just shows you the weirdness of this whole situation. Like, there's so
what's
many.
strange? A lot of this,
so many things.
Reactions and cadence are similar to like sports athletes when they get questioned on certain things. And it's not as insidious or weird. It's just like general stuff, you know, like, are you playing next week? Or how do you feel? Or, you know, just kind of general bullshit where everything's got to be like top secret, you know, for no reason half the time.
This is another one who's, by the way, Oprah has been photographed with Diddy, with Epstein, with Harvey Weinstein. Here you go.
You're cordially invited to celebrate the birth of Sean Puffy Coat.
Puffy Rock.
P. Diddy.
P. Diddy.
I thought his name was Puff Daddy.
Puff.
P.
P. Daddy. Diddy. Puffy Daddy. P. Diddy. You are cordially invited to celebrate the birth of P. Diddy. Sean P. Diddy. Puff. Pastry Cone.
Puff Magic Dragon. Puff Daddy.
Puffy. I call Puffy Sean John.
Got a lot of names, huh? Get some more names.
HR Puff and stuff.
Sean P. Puff. Puffy food.
Bad boy.
He was on birthday boy, and it's like,
Sean John. Puffy comes. Sean Puffy comes.
Who's that? Who is that, by the way?
My man.
Aerosmith. Aerosmith making a little comeback there.
I'll be back.
Hold on. Who's this? By the way, do you know who this
get
is?
some water.
Who's this?
John.
Who is that? All right, let me get into other clips. This is a lot. I got a lot of clips.
I'll be back though.
False on Wizardshack. I got a lot of clips. Let me find some things. There's a lot. It's like endless. I've been trying to find things, and even like here we go. Just fucking the hip hop world connected to the occult. Here we go. This is an off-camera fuck up by this host who's doing the as above below symbol. It's crazy. You know, like you can just see this. Like, I mean, if you know anything about the cult, you know the as below, as below, as above, as below. Very obvious. It's a cult reference. There we go. Look at this. She thought the cameras weren't on. There you go. Right there. Right there. Right there. As above. So below. right there. And then she looks like, oh shit, I just did this on camera. She says, my bad. It's a weird ass world we're living in. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a weird world. Follow them. We're on Twitter. We're on Wizardshack Media on Twitter, by the way, or Wizardshack. You'll find us. You will find us there. Anywhere you will find us. What else do I got? A lot of the old Pizzagate. I know. We'll probably get kicked off YouTube for this. Oh, here we go. All right, Bieber stuff. Here, this is fucking weird, man. Like, I mean, he's fucking like 16 here. Watch this. This is Jenna McCarthy, who, not gonna lie, always found her attractive. So I'm not gonna say like, hey, I wouldn't like this, but check it out. It's weird. She's like this. He's like the sacrificial.
Wow. I feel violated right now. Wow.
Just lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like I was. That was bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at your eyes. What music are you listening to?
Would you rather you have to be naked on stage during one full song or drink a cup of blended worms? Answer Justin Bieber. I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
My parents never gave me the sex talk. Okay. So why don't you give me the sex talk?
I feel uncomfortable right now.
Oh.
Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird. For the album.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Wow. I actually do really feel bad for him. Very victimized.
It's
sad.
I heard his mom is really hot.
I can see that. I can see that.
I'm gonna check that out right now.
I can see that. What else I got? What else I got? I have more. There's like a lot more. It never stops. I feel like this is time to revisit. Oh God, we're gonna get kicked off YouTube. I'm just gonna show this clip. I'm not gonna say anything. I will not say anything. Let them sit.
Are we near the end of the stream anyway?
Yes, this shit gets you kicked off. But here we go.
Oh, Pizzagate.
Oh yeah. You don't want to say the word. Look at his hands.
Jeez. I know that bitch. She's done sacrifices.
Marina Abramovich.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does the spirit cooking. Which is fucking weird. Look into spirit cooking. Go. You can do your own thing.
Do you ever see that art installation she did where it was her and her husband at the time, and he had like a bow and arrow connected to his feet?
Oh yeah,
and
I
he was
know exactly what you're talking about. I've looked into her for a while. Also, look at how young she looks for her age. That's all I'm gonna say. And we know Hunter S. Thompson knew about this from Fear and Loathing with the adrenochrome. You know about adrenochrome?
I heard of it, but I don't know like what it's made of. Is it like virgin blood?
It's blood that's been like scared. Like, I mean, even Look at like Fear
Isn't
and
that
Loathing.
sort of like the
I'm not gonna say I
the
don't want to
pink
give stuff to
line
YouTube.
in Ghostbusters when they yell at it?
Kind of, yeah, kind of. I mean, Hunter Thompson talks about it. He's like, I got this adrenochrome from the Satan freak. Go back and watch Fear and Loathing. They mentioned getting adrenochrome from a Satan freak, and that does play into everything here.
Dude, Tobey Maguire's character in that movie is fucking gross.
Definitely. Let me finish this.
That's why this is our place. Good time, great taste. McDonald's, McDonald's. Good time, great taste.
Tom Hanks is a piece of shit, man.
Oh yeah, I got more Tom Hanks shit.
Do you remember that?
One more Tom Hanks thing. Here you go.
I thought he died like during COVID.
Here you go.
He's probably got a clone.
Casting
Oh,
couch that
he's
existed
in on it. I don't.
is the part of both myth and concrete reality. Any place there's a boss with underlings in any corporation or any industry, you have a type of sexual politics that goes on that can slide in between appropriate ethics and decorum to inappropriate behavior to the point of harassment and sexual predatory behavior.
Well, I mean, I think people understand that, but the larger question,
casting couch that existed in Hollywood.
I mean, it makes sense because like him
It's
and
just
like
fucked up,
Lady
man.
Gaga are not attractive people at all. So the fact that they're this
No.
successful,
You don't
you
have
know
to be
there's a
attractive.
reason for it.
Yes. No, definitely.
But Lady Gaga looks like a fucking horse. Same thing with that Sex in the City motherfucker.
Looks like that.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Like a horse.
Yeah, I mean, 50% of their pays is in bales of hay. But I'm surprised that this Bieber shit isn't like. I feel like he's not just as relevant as he was at a time where people are going to care, and I feel like they knew that when they did it. You know,
Exactly.
it's like
No, definitely.
if this
is
shit
like
all
coming from
happened back
past.
then, it would be huge. But now
Right.
it's just like, does he even do anything anymore? Who cares? You know,
Well, he
That
hasn't
kind of
moved it.
fucking thing.
That's that. By the way, I think that's another reason with Diddy, man. Think about Diddy. Does Diddy move the needle with making money anymore? I don't think he does. That's why he's arrested.
I mean, when you're an
Think
A&R
about
guy
that.
at the label and you find Notorious B.I.G., that's gonna pretty much give you a career in itself.
Well, do you think Diddy would have been arrested in 1999 when he was making all the money he did? Think about that. He ain't making any money anymore.
I mean,
He's useless to the powers that be. You know what I mean? Like that's why he's getting thrown under the bus because he's useless. That's it. He's out.
no, he's just a stooge.
You get a new guy. You get a new guy right now. You get what's popular now? Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Suicide
Future.
Boys. You know, like you get them.
Future just had a mixtape released last week.
Do you know the biggest group in hip hop right now is rap is Suicide Boys?
Based on what?
I was looking it up. That's like they're selling the most. Like they're selling out. They're selling one of the most tickets. It's just you realize that like this shit
but
changes.
Isn't most of the money from just streaming and shit?
No, look at their concerts. It's the concert sales. That's where you make money in music.
Is there a
is
site
concerts.
that calculates and tracks all that?
I'm sure there is, but I was looking up at like
Well, if
like,
it
some of
doesn't
the-
exist, that'd be a good thing to create. That'd be a
like,
good
right now, and that's a big issue right now is how the Super Bowl isn't going to be in New Orleans, right? And they who runs the Super Bowl concerts? Who do you think is in charge of Super Bowl concerts? Pretty big dude. It's a guy, single guy
Um,
from New York, friends with Diddy.
Billy Joel.
No, it's Jay-Z. Jay-Z's been in control of the last 6 years of Super Bowl content for the music halftime, and it's usually Rock Nation.
Why? Why?
Exactly.
Is like
Exactly.
a company having somebody like dictate and organize this shit on their behalf?
Well,
Is
he
it
picked-
to be like a fall guy, maybe? Like, do you remember that
I
shit
don't
with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson when he ripped her shirt off and her tit came out?
Yeah, that was definitely set up.
Like,
we
why?
all know that
What
was
was
set
the
up
purpose of that?
to create like salacious content to make this interesting. I think it was all about that.
And
you know,
then
like, more
later on,
content.
remember that Timberlake weird DUI thing when he was on a cocktail of like tons of different meds and shit?
Well, like poppers. He was on poppers, which is a
I don't
very
think they even made those anymore.
it's a very
It would be
very
cool
gay
if like
drug.
Quaaludes came back.
But here's the thing, man. Kendrick Lamar got the halftime show in New Orleans.
Yeah, because of that diss track he made about Drake being a pedophile.
That track is good. That
and-
I mean, I'll say I like that. I like that song. I do like that song. Not Like Us. Good song.
Well,
But-
he's got other ones than that. That's the most danceable of them all.
But it's fucked up because it's coming from it's coming from Jay-Z. Jay-Z does not like Drake, so that's why he picked Kendrick Lamar. But it's fucked up because in New Orleans you got Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is from New Orleans. Why
Yeah.
would you not pick him? Why would you not pick
Because
Suicide Boys?
Juvenile was not available.
Why wouldn't you pick Suicide Boys? They're from New Orleans. They're like one of the top groups in that area. 100%. Like if you look up who's selling tickets, it's Suicide Boys.
I know, but I feel like white rappers are not.
I'm not like joking. I'm telling you, like one of the most successful selling bands right now is Suicide Boys. It's
I know,
weird.
I don't think white rappers get that level of attention or respect.
That's probably
I
true.
mean, Eminem's like totally ruined his entire career.
I mean, if I was Kendrick Lamar, I would like have a little segment where you bring on Lil Wayne, where you bring on the Suicide Boys, and make it like a.
Well,
I mean, like,
no, that doesn't really work because he's about not doing drugs, and those groups are all about doing drugs. So, it
no,
kinda-
no. Suicide Boys are sober.
Oh, they're sober now. Is that that kind of flies in the face of what they're doing for the last 10 years?
Oh, I know. It's because I think they. I read an interview about like.
What are
don't
they, like
even,
born again Christians or something?
No, I think they had big drug issues, so now they're like, they're sober, so they don't even take on anyone.
Okay,
Like,
I guess their sales were dwindling and they need to reinvent themselves.
No, their sales are fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm
Their sales
saying
are
before
crazy.
this,
I was looking it up.
they were. I'm
No,
saying
they're-
before this they were dwindling, and this is like a way to reinvent their careers.
I heard other rappers talk about them, and they're like, I can't. They're like, if you're gonna go on tour with them, you can't take any drugs or alcohol because they're like sober.
Okay.
It's weird. I mean, I can't do that. I'm fucking drunk as fuck. But
I don't know. It just sounds like bullshit to sell albums. Or
no, I think they were like heroin addicts. I don't know. I don't know. I believe that.
no, I thought in Florida, Flocka was popular.
Well, they're from New Orleans. A little different.
Oh, I thought they were from Florida.
No, they're from New Orleans. Same with Lil Wayne. I mean, if I was gonna book the halftime show, I would probably pick Lil Wayne. He's the biggest guy he's the biggest guy from New Orleans that there is. I would pick him.
Well,
And I don't even like Lil Wayne.
that
Fuck him.
What a night! That guy's dead. Dr. Fucking.
Oh yeah,
John.
Dr. John. What a night. All right, man. I got to head out.
Okay.
But Diddy is fucked, by the way.
I'm sure he'll wiggle his way out of it. He's got enough baby oil.
1,000 bottles, apparently.
He'll figure out a way. He's got enough money. Him and what's that? The producer who just got indicted again.
Suge Knight?
Weinstein. Him and Weinstein need to just collaborate.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
They'll figure it.
They'll be fine.
There's enough tunnels underground.
It's like when I cut off in traffic, when I cut off someone driving BMW, I'm like, you'll be okay. You'll be fine. You got a BMW. Fuck you.
When you what?
Like when I cut off a BMW in traffic, I'm like, whatever. You'll be fine. You got a BMW.
Yeah, if I don't know if you had like an SUV, would you ever be tempted to just
I have an SUV.
kind of smash into somebody just to see what we can get away with?
I have an SUV.
Yeah. Do you ever try and run somebody off the road? If
No.
He's got a little Beetle or one of those Volkswagen, not the ones that are real energy efficient and all that, and it's one person can sit in it.
Priuses are all right, I'm gonna say this. Teslas are the biggest piece of shits on the road. I know this from a fact now.
Those cyber cars, you mean?
Oh, I see them all the time now. They look so terrible. That's an embarrassing car. It's embarrassing.
I've never seen a single one in the wild.
I see them all the time. All
Really?
the time.
That's
I
weird.
see red ones. I see silver ones. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Such a terrible looking car.
Maybe they dropped the price.
No, people are just assholes. They're idiots. That's what it comes down to.
I'm gonna look for him. All right, I'm gonna head out.
All right, see you, man. All right. You'll find us at Wizard_Shack on Twitter. If you don't, you'll find us. Just search Wizardshack. We will be there at some point in properties. Fuck Israel. I'm gonna end that every stream with that. Fuck Israel. Fuck Netanyahu. And if you think he's good, you're wrong. You'll find out. It'll hopefully not. History books will come out with that, but history books are written for the winners, so fuck. We're all fucked. World War III is coming. Prep and prepare. Get yourself a hand crank radio. Get yourself a map, a physical map to get back from. If you work far away from your house, get a map so that you can actually get back to home. Solar flares are coming in 2025. You can look it up. We will be at solar maximum 2025. It's not good. Buy a good amount of rice. Buy a good amount of beans. Look up how to grow sustainably in your area. Anyone who's actually, I mean, there's 16 people watching, but who knows? All of you, be responsible because things will be bad in 2025. And if they're not, fuck me. But if you are trying to be prepared, be prepared. And that'll help you out in the end. Be prepared for anything that's bad. It's better safe to be sorry.